Hi, beautiful people. I hope that you're having an amazing Tuesday. It is so hot. I am really excited today. We have a special guest coming. I had the pleasure of meeting. We've been speaking, and she's just a really wonderful person. And she's going to come and share with us. We have 504 girl, Queen of the South, who's going to come in a bit. And let me tell you something. I've been having, I've been, so I'm on I've been having an amazing time in this recovery thing, but it's also like really difficult. But I really appreciate you guys' comments. I really appreciate you all for your support, for your understanding. And I just wanted to take the time out to say thank you because I really don't think I get to say it enough. And you probably get tired of me saying thank you for supporting me, but I really, really mean it. I'm almost at my next milestone, which is 450 days. Okay. So I use this app called I Am Sober and I put it on my community wall. I really don't count the days anymore. I count the milestones, and my sobriety birthday is May 21st. So, so when I was looking at the app, when I was posting the day, I posted the next milestone, but it looks like I think I showed you guys. Well, let me greet you guys first. Hey, Robin. Hey, Retta. Thank you for being a member. Lucy, what's good, my love? Hey, Slam. Hey, Slam. You're here to support 504 Girl. Welcome. Jerome, how you doing? Trevor, it's good seeing you. So, I'm gonna have to get a little bit more hydrated. So I need to put up my ticker. Hold on. Let me show you guys. And you know what? Let me tell you something. There's so many stigmas and there's so many people that don't really understand the recovery thing and they try to make a mockery of it. At the end of the day, as I'm sharing my personal journey, and I'm happy to do that, whether every day counts. Every day counts. Hey, soul sister, good seeing you. Why is Kiki coming hard after you didn't do anything to her? I didn't do anything to her, and only she can explain. I really it is what it is, pro. I don't, it is what it is. I know that people like, it can't stop anything from what I'm doing because I have a lot to do, Pearl. And, some people, that's just what they want to do. It's not going to make me feel insecure about myself, not going to make me feel unattractive, it's not going to make me feel anything. Hey, Aaliyah. Aaliyah, you still, I know, Aaliyah, I have to, I have to get that membership link to you, but I'm not good with stuff like that. But it's good to see you, my friend. Pearl says, I hate that for you. Uh, I hate it for her. It's for me, I hate it for her. It's not stopping anything I got going on. I'm still gonna be the same misunderstood I've always been. Hi, Nicole. I hope you're enjoying this glorious day. I am enjoying this day, you guys. It's been a lot, as you know. I've been dealing with some things in the Black sector and been dealing with somebody from my past that's now trying to really, really bug me, and it doesn't matter because I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing. I don't have time to worry about frivolous things with people trying to attack my sobriety, attack my recovery. That's juvenile. Uh, I have every day I'm fighting for my life. I'm fighting to make it. Imagine how happy my haters would be if I relapse and stuff like that. I'm not going to, but I do enjoy speaking with you guys, and I really enjoy you guys sharing your stories with me. And I really don't have time for people that's just playing. That's just that, it's no, I'm doing so much more now, and I just want to keep going forward, you guys. That's why you don't really see me. If every time I go back and forth with somebody that was upset with me, it takes away from my commentary and what I want to do. It honestly does. I have too many people that I need to respond to, and too many people that I only want to surround myself with people that is supportive over my journey and that I can be some type of help to. That's it. Every time, I go back and forth, then I'm exposing my audience to that stuff, and I'm not going to do that anymore. Except on Sundays. Okay. Thank you. Hey NY Styles. I'm doing fine. How are you doing? You guys hit that like button. So we have 504 girl coming. I'm gonna drop a link for her. And if you guys don't have any mods out there, can't tell from the screen, but don't forget to put a question mark before the sentence. If you have a question for myself or for 504 Queen of the South, you're gonna love her. She's really sweet. Okay, you guys, let me drop that link for her, so she can come whenever she's ready. But, whoo, you guys, these YouTube streets are on fire. I've been watching a lot of stuff, and Peeper says, no, not that 504 girl. Although I do need to bring in 504 girl. Hey, Kimmy, I need to bring in 504 girl. But no, she was affiliated with the Kwame Brown sector, but she really claims her own sector. And let me drop that link for whenever she is ready. She's affiliated with that, and she'll tell you guys all about it because she claims her own sector. But some people might know her from the Kwame Brown sector. So let me drop that for her. You don't have to thank us. We want to be here, Catherine, but I do, because without you guys, I mean, you guys helped me to share that journey. So I really appreciate that. I got my collagen water set up, and I'm just ready to go. I can't let anybody. For some reason, when it comes to mental health, are you familiar with her, Rico? When it comes to mental health disorders and substance abuse disorders, you got people that really want to be critical. And unfortunately, when you do share your stories, you guys, what you see happening is people want to take a part of that story and capitalize on it. That's all you see. That's why y'all don't even see me mentioning the person that Pearl brought up, so I'm just not interested. Okay, let's welcome 504. You ready? Okay, she's ready. Hi there, beautiful.
Hey.
How are you doing? Wait a minute.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Hold on, I messed up my. Oh, there you go. I can see you now.
Cool. Yeah. I just had a couple of little errands to run and found out I won't get my car fixed until sometime tomorrow or latest Monday.
It is so funny, you guys. When I was speaking of 504, 504 Queen. Okay. She was telling me, she was telling me that her car is in the shop and my car is in the shop as well. And I'm not getting it back today either.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, but you're gonna get your car back tomorrow.
Maybe it's just time for me to sit still for a little bit, That's how I look at it.
Maybe.
I'm constantly working, so I never take an off day, so I'm being forced now.
So do you work outside of online? Do you?
Mm-hmm.
So you're busy. You're busy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well,
all day, 7 days a week. And I want to thank you for, asking me to be able to come on here. I did your interview last night, and I'm appreciative of you allowing me up here on yours as well.
I appreciate you for having me. It's. I mean, you guys were great, and I really appreciate that. It helps me a lot. Tell us about yourself.
Okay. Let me explain from, I guess, the beginning up until trying to get to right now. So, I was an only child. I didn't have any siblings or anything. So, I was used to just dealing with myself, just all the time. I didn't have no one. My cousins, they all was my age one. I'm the oldest out of every one of them. So, I went through back and forth with a little bit of verbal abuse when you listen to it, over and over and over and over again. No physical at that point, but yeah, a verbal abuse. And then, coming up, I was always temperamental, I would say, you know, very temperamental. And I would rage and I would act out on certain things because I just felt like, you ever feel like the black sheep in the family? That's kind of what I felt like, the black sheep. And I probably was. But it came with me, always using them to victimize my own circumstances. And growing up, I was diagnosed with scoliosis, which is, most people know, that's a curvature of your spine. And I didn't get that taken care of. I was supposed to get a back brace, but I didn't. So me not getting a back brace led me to going to doctors. Doctor, that's really the beginning of my sobriety, where it started. I was young. I was about 16, 17, going to this one doctor, and he was back then in those days. He was a family doctor. Everybody went to him. Very well known, and he's not here, of course, anymore. He started me out with these pain pills. You know, my drug of choice was always pain pills,
Wow.
uppers. Yeah, uppers, not stuff that had me down or sleepy. No, I didn't like that feeling. So it was uppers for me. And I knew after a minute he was going to keep doing it. And I'm not, me trying to get him. I didn't even realize that I was addicted until I ran out of medication. That's when I realized. Hmm.
That's interesting. I didn't realize, I mean, because we don't really know that we're addicted to something until we stop using
Hmm.
it.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's what happened. I thought I had the flu though. I didn't know anything about the sickness from the medication and none of that stuff. I thought I caught a bug like the flu or something like that. So I go to the doctor and I explain to him what the problem. He give me more shit. So I'm like, okay, I took it, of course. The sick feeling went away. That confirmed right there that I knew I had a problem. But because I felt unloved, I felt unprotected, I felt the black sheep. Because I felt like that, that is what led me to the pain medicine, because I knew that I could take that medicine and I knew that I could block everything out that I didn't want to even deal with, period. That I didn't want to deal with. Life on life's terms is what I couldn't, I just wasn't ready. And then at that time also of a young girl, not even in my teens, I dealt with my cousin. I don't like to say that word anymore, but a person in the family that you trust. And this particular person did me dirty, did my mother dirty. It was both of us at the same time. We weren't planned to be here at all. We weren't planned to be here because he came with a bag of everything. He came with tape, rope, garbage bags. He had the works in making to do what he did to us and then get rid of us. Then get rid of us. That
Huh.
was some pain too I had to block out. And
And
people don't understand that. Go ahead.
did you say it was your cousin? Yeah,
Yeah,
but you don't use
it
the
was a
term
cousin.
anymore because of what you went through. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow. Welcome
because
everyone.
it was me and my mother. We both went through it at the same time, and only thing saved us that day was a good friend that I look up to very much. He's still connected to my family till this day. He knew something wasn't right. He knew it. The music was all the way up, all the way up. I guess so nobody could hear a scream, cry, yell for help, or anything. It was up. But this friend of the family knew something just wasn't right because he had just got off the phone with my mom. So he kicked the door down and barged his way in and got us a loose because we were tied. Got us loose. And all I can tell you is we ran out the apartment to the rental office for help.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. That was molestation that I dealt with.
Were there any so okay, go ahead.
No, I want y'all to ask me
Were
questions.
there um so what happened with your cousin? Were they ever
Oh, he got his ass whipped. The friend of the family, he whipped his ass. The police came and they took him and he served most of all of his life at Angola. He went in 79 with the court, everything going on. He went in 79 to prison. And he got out, I would say about 2017. And when he got out in 2017, he had a heart attack and died.
Wow.
Yeah. And I had never been more happy in my life to see someone dead. You know,
Almost, almost
it
like
was him or us.
right.
Hmm. It was him or us. So I ended up having to do counseling, which that didn't last. You know, I just, I felt it wasn't helping. I just felt like I was just being told scripted shit that come out of the books, and it wasn't anything to help me at all. It didn't help. It didn't benefit me.
Oh, I definitely thank you guys. There's some people that stay in the chat, they stay in the clouds and they're just sitting there loving their support. Thank you guys. I see you. I see you.
Thank
Oh,
you, all my
thank you,
people.
Salah, for the super sticker. Thank you. Y'all are so
Mhm.
sweet. Whew. That's made me forget the
Yeah.
question.
So that's really, how that happened. But it was repetitive. That wasn't just the only time. It happened again later. Regina, how are you? The word. Hey, Evelyn. Brave
I
chocolate.
am. It's
Hey,
interesting that
y'all.
you got that you knew to get some counseling. How did that come about? Because sometimes our people, when we go through something, and y'all, I'm not trying to be, but it's sometimes hard in the Black communities to get help. And
Yeah.
and the fact that you did get some counseling, I see you guys. Hello, hey Queen Regina, welcome you guys, welcome.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, when how did that come about? Did you
Well,
just get some?
the first time I didn't say anything. I couldn't talk. I just didn't want. I was just lost. I was lost. I didn't trust nobody, not even a doctor. Look at the doctor. The doctor that I had made a damn bad impression because he was giving me everything from Vicodin to Percocets to Demerol. I would get a Demerol shot. And then it got to the point where I was able to tell him how much medicine I wanted in the syringe for the shot.
So you talk about after your because you had the pain. So after
I
your
went back, yeah, yeah.
you went
Because
back.
see, after all of this, I ended up getting back on the drugs. I was already taking pills when I got there at 13 years old, 16 years old. I never stopped. 13
Wow.
is when the molestation hit me again with my father's brother. I'd never seen them in all my life. Never met my family on my daddy's side. They lived in Charleston, South Carolina. So when I went there one night sleeping, my grandmother, she was alive then. My brother, I met another brother. We don't have the same mother. We had the same dad. So I met him and surprised him. He didn't know that he was going to meet me, but he was there. And that particular uncle did it again, but he didn't do it where he penetrated me. He did it by fondling and touching me when I was asleep. Well, I thought I was asleep, or he thought I was asleep. And it didn't, I just couldn't understand why me. I just couldn't understand. What was I doing wrong? What was making these people attracted to me? Family. I didn't understand that. I thought I was being punished. I didn't know what the fuck was the problem. I didn't know who to trust anymore. I drifted off into bad things, including addiction. That's basically where it started. I got molested the first time at 8 years old, and then got molested again around 13 or 14 years old. So I started gobbling down pills round about, I would say, as early as 15, 14, 15 years old. And by the time, and I'm going to be honest with you all, I didn't have one damn day. I didn't have one day sober at all. because you got to remember my body was immune to everything I was taking. My body was immune to it. So I kept having to have it. And then I got bored with that shit because that didn't work and graduated to the other shit. Why? Because I couldn't understand why the males in my family was fondling and touching me. I couldn't understand that. Who do you go to when they tell you don't take your business out of the house? Back in my days, you couldn't do that. You couldn't do that. And then because I was always the troublemaker, so I would say they thought of what they thought. Nobody was going to believe me. Nobody was going to believe me. The only
Right.
person who knew was my mom because we were together when it happened.
Can I ask, how did your mom respond to that when she
My
found out?
mom was devastated. She was devastated. She had to watch and couldn't help her child. You can't untie me. Well, she was tied too. This was in my bedroom, my twin beds, well, bunk beds, but we took them apart. Me on one, her on the other. Tied. Tied up. So, yeah, that led to everything that was going wrong in my life. Everything. So I blamed everybody. I blamed everybody for my addiction, everything. It was y'all. It was because of you. It was because of you. Maybe if you hadn't did this, I would have been in those situations. People think they really know, but they don't know. They don't have a fucking clue. It's easy to sit and tell people about being molested. It's easy to some people, but it's hard before it gets easy. Now, that particular uncle went to jail too, but he didn't do as long as the other one.
And they went to jail for, so they were charged with what they did to
Oh
you.
yeah, they
Praise
were
God.
charged.
Praise
They
God. Because
didn't get away with it.
so many people get away with it.
Mhm.
And so many things that people will say, oh, did you press charges? Oh, they didn't go to jail.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
didn't happen.
They went to jail. They served their time in jail. At least the first one did. That cousin did. He didn't get his ass out. Every parole he was going up for kept getting denied.
Mm-mm.
So it was something I think going on where inmates were being released, probably some type of program, and once completed, they let them out. And the crazy thing with letting him out before he got the heart attack, there was a guy here in New Orleans, and he was found on a shipyard called Avondale Shipyard.
Okay.
And he was found in a garbage bag, and his hands were tied behind his back with the ties, the zip ties, and shit to the garbage bag. And everybody knew he was responsible for it. But my nanny gave an alibi, and he didn't get time for that at all. So he got let off of that. But that was only to say that just like he did them that, I just told you he came to my house with my mom with garbage bags, tape, duct. He was going to do the same thing he did to us. So when he finally got out, my nanny had a family, almost might as well say a family reunion type thing at her house. Now, this was that side of the family, my papa side of the family. So I didn't even know the nigga was going to be there. But guess what? Guess who was at the family reunion? Him.
Wow.
When he had gotten out. Him. Yeah. So I had to find out then and there because when that shit happened, I couldn't even remember his face. But everything that was done to me, I remembered all that. but I could not make his face for nothing. So when I got there, my aunt said, that's Xavier over there. That's Xavier over there. So I
you didn't
froze.
even know till you
But do
got
you
there.
know, let me tell you how he taunted, how he did me. He asked me. Now, everybody was there for the damn family reunion. That's what he asked me out of everybody, would I fix him a plate of food? Mm-hmm. Out of everybody. So I felt like he was taunting me. He was fucking with my head. And I left. I didn't fix no plate. I didn't want to look back in his face. I just wanted to leave, and I did. I left. I
You
knew.
know,
I knew he was gonna do us. He was gonna get us. We weren't gonna be here. If that friend of the family didn't show up, we wouldn't be here. We won't.
God.
I knew it. We wouldn't be here.
Oh my God. No, Sassy, this is a 504 Queen of the South from a different sector, not 504 girl. They're just from the same place. Let me tell you, I'm really sorry that that happened to you. And I really applaud you for sharing with us, because a lot of times, it's easy to think of a person that just was addicted to something, and we never get into the whys and what could have happened and the abuse. So I really appreciate you sharing. I want you to know that.
Yeah, you always have a foundation of where it starts. People don't understand that. Addicts don't wake up and just want to be addicts. We don't wake up and I'm going to be an addict today. That don't happen. It doesn't happen.
Exactly. And when I was bringing up earlier, you guys, just for a reference, so I'm sorry that those things happened to you. I can definitely relate to it. Think about this. Even if he didn't, a lot of people that offend don't get locked up, and it still happened. She still went through those experiences. Fortunately, in this case, they both served time. But there's a lot of times when people don't press charges because of the embarrassment. It's difficult, and they just can't go through the process. So that's why I brought that up.
Yeah. Well, the judge gave him his time, and he did damn near all of his life at Angola Penitentiary.
Well, I'm glad that. Did they have to register when they got out? Hey, Tracy.
He did. He did. He did. The other one didn't, but he did. He had to register. Because it wasn't just me over that time. It was other ones too. People were coming out. They were coming out. Some were scared to talk, but they had some that came out.
Oh, my car. Okay, I'll call it back. That's about my vehicle. I want to ask you. My car calling. One of the things that's difficult is, something else that we don't realize is that a lot of us, men and women, are abused by family members, people in our family, people in our household. And that's something a lot of folks are not comfortable talking about.
Right. But you see, in order for me to heal, I have to tell what happened. I have to talk about it. I'm regurgitating all of the things that kept me in bondage all those years. I'm 52 right now. I didn't know how to deal with none of this in my 30s, in my 20s. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have nobody I could turn to. I didn't have no friend that I could talk to. Because you know why? The people that you think are your friends, they're not. When you go through shit, you're going to find that out. You're going to find that out. They want to distance themselves only unless it benefits them to be around you. That's the difference with a lot of the things that's going on in today's life. You understand? People want to taunt. They want to tease. They want to bully. They want to do all these things. But yet inside, those same people doing it are the ones who really have the issues. It's not us. See, the good thing about us is we have the help. We went to get the help. But many of these people, even on YouTube, They sit on here and call you or me a crackhead, but they're drinking their ass off or smoking that blunt. You can't wait until the show ends, then that means you have a problem too. Because you can't wait 30 minutes before the live to end that you have to roll it and smoke it during, then that's damn near just as well as saying that's an addiction. You see, people don't understand what addiction really is.
You're right.
They don't understand that. So those are the ones that are going to taunt you. I'm beyond that. I'm beyond that.
How did you get to that place? Just speaking about it, just time. How did you get there?
Well, when I got there, it was because I knew I had to get right. I have my beautiful daughter, my grandbaby, my son, and his demise. I lost my son at April 15th, 2020.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry to hear
And
that.
he would be this month. Are we still in July? He would be 28 right now. His birthday was Saturday.
I'm so sorry to hear that. I am.
Oh no, it was Monday the 24th. Yeah. And that taught me a lesson. I don't have time to waste time on bullshit. I really don't. And him seeing me change my life before he went away on a journey to the other side, I knew I had to get right. You see, many times you have to realize what's important. I got tired. I was tired. The only reason why I kept on going and doing it was because of the fear of the sickness. See, it didn't, in the beginning, it was cool because I was high. I was feeling good. I was right like a kite in the skies, flying away. I was good. But it went from that to being slavery, to being in bondage. And what I mean when I say that is it went from the good to now I don't have a choice to stop. I have to keep going because I'm in waist deep now. I'm going to get sick. So I had to constantly keep going. Now, when I went into treatment, I'm not going to tell you that this is my first time. No, I had two other times. Those two other times I didn't do it for me. So I relapsed. I did it for my daughters, my son, my grand. I did it for my mother. I did it for everybody but me. And that is the way, and that is how I relapsed. I had to do it for me this time. I got tired of paying them damn drug dealers. I got tired of my lights going out. I got tired of not being a mother to my babies that I knew I could have been better. I was a functional addict. Okay. I worked, some I quit. But one thing I did with my babies, they were there. I never had my children on nobody. They didn't go to no babysitters. They didn't do none of that. I cooked every day like I was supposed to. I was clean like I'm supposed to. People hear addict and they think the worst. They look at the one walking the streets, shit
Right.
all over everywhere on them.
Right.
No, that's not. I was a pill popper popping pills. Popping pills. Y'all do that shit today. Everybody. The majority. Are you clean? Is your house dirty? You don't let people get in your head. When I say I could have been a better mother, this is what I mean. I should have been able to go to the PTA meetings. These type of things, the football games, the baseball games. Well, I went to a couple. That's what I mean when I say that. Because outside of those things, I was a mother to them. I was a mother to them. They could come to me. They could talk to me about anything. We laughed, joked. But when we got serious, it was serious. But I never ever put my children down. I've never called my children out of their names. I hear a lot of people refer to their children as that bitch. That hoe is too. No, no. And I'm not going to let nobody else call that to them because I don't do it.
I think that's one of the reasons why, as we get older, you hear a lot of us in, and I'm just speaking about our communities. Okay, I know it happens other places. We're comfortable with people putting us down, calling us out of our names, and I think a lot of that comes from our childhood. I don't play those games with my kids, and we don't talk about, you're blah, but I'm sure it's not just the Black community. I'm sure it's others as well. But
right. And you see, and I'm so glad now that I've been dealing with my sobriety. This is the longest, and this is it. This is it.
How long has it been now? How long?
4.5 years.
4.5 years. I salute you.
4.5 years. And let me tell you, I was 96 pounds, girl, when I went in that damn place this last time. 96 pounds. I'm thinking I'm fine as a damn, you name it, I'm fine, baby. Phony as hell. But you couldn't tell me I wasn't fine. You couldn't tell me that. But see, now I weigh 151 pounds, probably 153. Now.
Awesome. You look good.
Yeah, and I've been maintaining this weight the whole time. The whole time. People want you to relapse. See, if you good and you're doing good, people can't talk about that. The most miserable people, they don't want to talk about how good you're doing. They don't want to talk about they want to tear you down. They want to call you crackheads. They want to call you out your name. This bitch, she's a hoe. She opened her leg. She did all these fucking things, and they have no fucking clue. No clue. They go off of ignorance. That's what they do. Ignorance. Just like they say these things, you understand? But your life shows how you live it. So they could call me whatever they want. I'm leveling up while they still sitting there stuck on calling me a damn crackhead.
That's right.
My blessings flowing before my enemy's eyes.
You really touched on a lot of things there. Number one, being a functioning addict, and even with you being sober, you always got those people that's going to put you down, the naysayers that wants to, I feel like no matter how long we are sober or we are in recovery, you're always going to you get those people that want to call you back with the name, that bring you back.
Yeah. And they laugh. But you know what? I want them to keep laughing. Laugh every time you see, because you see, I just left a hellhole of a house. Now, my blessings are full and filled, honey, overwhelmed with joy. Moved into my own 2-story house now. On my own. Me and my daughter. A bigger place for us to be happy and comfortable in. So that is the reason why I laugh at them when they laugh at me. Because they're so into tearing me down that they don't even see their own lives. Now, sector. I heard you mention a sector. Me, let me tell you my journey on YouTube. I used to watch Lifetime. I didn't know nothing about this shit going on here. My target was Hassan. Oh, thank you, Alexis. And kudos to you. That's a long time, too.
Huge shout out. Huge shout out.
Hassan Campbell. I was going after Hassan because I didn't like the way he was playing with child molestation. So I went on a whole journey airing him out, showing the lies, the hypocriticalness of him. That one video went viral on YouTube. So I was going up, up, up. Every day my count was different. Subscriber count. That was some sector that had Hassan, some other guys involved, like I believe Grizzly Moolah, he was in, many of them. But I never clicked to no game. Even when I did a video and I went in on Hassan on behalf of Kwame, I didn't know nothing about Kwame. I didn't know nothing about this dude, period. I just did what I always do, and that's what I do. I roast and I show people about how hypocritical they are, the lies, the deceit, right before them with their own lives. I always work alone. I'm not with no sectors. I've never been with no sectors. I've been affiliated with the people involved in the sectors. But I don't group, I don't do that type of shit because I see where it ends up. I see where it ends up. It's not a pretty place.
That makes sense. That explains a lot. It kind of, and what I'm going to touch on in a second. I saw a couple questions. I'm going to ask you them. I saw y'all questions in the chat. Because the way that we met and then the interview, now with your background and your history, I do understand why you were trying to reach out to me and things like that. I almost feel like you're an advocate. Would you call yourself an advocate?
Yes, I would. Yes, I would. I would definitely call myself an advocate because real quick, let me say this real quick. Okay. I do consider advocacy because you see, I talk about it. And for me to know that these people on here, they're going to name call me. They're going to try to put me down and tear me down. They're going to do all these things that they are doing now, and nothing's shaking or breaking me at all.
Right.
They're going to do all that, misunderstood. But guess what? I knew what I was going to be confronted with, but I still did it. I have no fear. I have no shame. I have none of that. None of that. I am who I am. The old me is the new me. It's the new me. And nobody can break that.
Amen, sis. Speaking of the new you, you mentioned how you had lost weight and then you went into rehab and, you got healthier. There was a question in the chat. They're asking, how long did it take for you to start looking like yourself again? Because you look great.
Well, let me tell you this. I did 90 days, 60, but then I could opt to either stop and go. So I did those days, and I can promise you that before I left that place, I was getting full with the weight. Now, I was bigger than that in there, but it was all belly and shit. So I didn't want...
We don't need that towel. We good.
Going on around here.
We good.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. And now, I mean, people will call me what they want, but my body weight, my glow shows. Ain't no drug addict gonna look this good. And I'm not being conceited. I'm just being convinced. Nobody on drugs. I don't give a damn if you are the best of the best of a parent. When you don't do chemicals, your body is going to change instantly.
Amen. Yep, I can attest to that.
Instantly. And that's what mine's been doing. I eat every damn thing now. That's my addiction, food.
And you're in my favorite city. So yes, I'm sure that you do.
Oh, yes. It ain't nothing but good food in New Orleans.
I know.
Yeah, girl, nothing but
crawfish, turkey necks. Oh, what is that?
Boudin, sausage. You got different kinds. You got the crawfish, the pork, whatever you want.
Oh, I never had a crawfish one.
Oh yeah, they got the crawfish boudin now.
Very
Nice and good.
that is I never even heard of it until I went there. This last time I went to New Orleans, I had it. At first I was like, I'm not eating that thing because it looks like a sausage. I don't eat stuff like that, but it is
Yeah.
delicious, you guys. Y'all go to New Orleans, try boudin.
It's got the rice in it too. It's rice. You know, you had it.
I've had it.
Mhm.
I've had it. I never thought I'd eat a turkey neck. I ain't eat no turkey neck. That thing was delicious. They
Shit.
boiled it in the water with the crawfish. Like
Yeah.
it was just so good.
And the potatoes, the corn, everything goes with that.
Ooh, I'm gonna cook some stuff tonight, y'all. We don't have a season here. I'm
Me
ready to
too.
cook, right? There's a question
Yeah,
for you. Here's a question for you. And it's for me
I'm
too.
ready for questions.
Do you both think that being a content creator makes it harder to get sober? Do you think that?
Well, for me, I can speak for myself. No, it does not make it harder because I've battled everybody. I've battled next to, let me say these. I've battled with Tommy Sotomayor. I've battled back and forth, but not back and forth. Oh, yeah, with Hassan. I've battled with some people on
You
here.
battled with Tommy?
Yeah, I sure did. And I did a video. We probably made 2 videos going back and forth. And then I guess I said something different and he didn't hit me back. He never came back for me after that one. Many people that are on here, they take you for granted. They don't really know nothing about you. They don't know what you can get done and how you can get it done. You understand? And I don't care what people think of me. If I did misunderstood, guess what? I wouldn't be right here right now. I wouldn't have my channel. I wouldn't be nowhere. I would still be sitting in isolation, hiding from the world. That's not me anymore. That's not me.
And I love your journey, your stories. Y'all check out. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Mods, keep putting her link in the chat. Connect with her. When she say that she's an advocate and different things like that, and she's sharing
Yes.
her story, check out her channel. Check out her channel.
Yes. I do talk about my addiction. I really do. I talk about that. I talk about abuse. I have been in abusive relationships. And the thing with that misunderstood is that I was looking for love in all the wrong places. You understand? By me not feeling loved, I would go into relationships with men that would hit me, literally beat my ass. And the fucked up thing about that is that I thought that's what love was. I allowed myself to get beat up. I allowed myself to be talked down to be cursed out, cussed out, however y'all say it. Curse, that's what we say here in New Orleans.
We say both.
But yeah. So, I thought that was love. And these men literally damn near, one put his foot in my neck, damn near about to kill me. But the damn thing about it is that I'm still here. So I know I have a purpose. My purpose is to speak out, to show people I'm 52 years old, in my mid 40s. In my mid 40s, I started getting my life together. So my journey is to let people know that it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter who tries to laugh at you. It doesn't matter who wants to tear you down because their life is miserable. It doesn't matter about any of that with me. What matters to me is that I'm now more of a humble person. My patients are not so easily ready to fly off the roadways, if I say. Yeah.
There's someone that's listening in the clouds, and she's struggling. You know, she's trying to get off of pills. She's in the process of withdrawal. You have any advice that you can give her for going through that? What was the withdrawal like, and how long did it take you to get through that? I know it's different for everybody.
Yeah. Well, I can start with the drug of choices because that determines too the sickness. when you start withdrawing. Now, my drug of choices were always pills, uppers, like Vicodin, Percocet, stuff like that. And then when I worked in the nightclub, it became a Coke, but I didn't like that because Coke stopped me from eating and things, but it kept me up to be able to work. So that was one. And then after that one, I did the other one, which is the dog food. Y'all know what that is. Okay. Never
Dog
shot
food?
no drugs,
Never
never
dog food.
ingested, but that's heroin. Snorted it.
Oh,
So yeah. So I never injected any drugs though, but I've never. That's the crazy thing about it all because people will say crackhead, but that never was. I never wanted to do that particular drug because that's cocaine. I didn't like that type. I didn't like it, so I wouldn't do that one at all. And that's the one I think that I had the biggest, the more painful withdrawal from. So what I did was I went into treatment. And when I went into treatment, I called this lady. I was done. I was crying. I'm like, I need to live, ma'am. If y'all can please, some kind of way, put me in your facility for detox. And I said, I promise I'll not go back. I will not go back. I guess the lady heard me crying and knew I was serious. And what she did was she called me 20 minutes later and told me that she has a bed. And I went over there to the facility and I stayed in there. But when I went to detox, I only went through probably not even 30 minutes of discomfort from withdrawals because they gave me medication to help me sleep throughout of the withdrawals. So I really never really can say it was painful the first, I would say the first day, but it didn't go till second day because they let me in the rehab right away, and they give you medication that's going to help you sleep instantly, stop the pain, and when I woke up, I was a new person. See, for me, I only wanted to learn how to be sober. I wanted to live soberly. And I used to get mad at people. I really did. I'll look at all y'all in this comment section and be so pissed with y'all because I don't know how it feels to walk out and be sober. Yeah, girl, I was used to want to cuss somebody out just because y'all
I
was
know what
sober.
that's like. I know what that's
Yeah.
like. And I'm so sorry to my audience because when I started blogging the beginning of my journey, and I'm telling you, they would get cursed out. They know sometimes if I'm not feeling well, my patience, my tolerance is very short.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the whole thing. That's crazy, ain't it? But
Yes,
yeah,
and it
and
wasn't
I
a curse
know
y'all, but I said I'm gonna curse y'all out instead of relapse, and it's like that to this day. And y'all been on
for
y'all best
real,
behavior.
girl.
Thank you, because y'all know if you watch some
Hmm.
of my live streams, baby, it's been calm. I refuse to
It,
fight with people because this is a journey. It's a fight. You got 4.5 years, and I congratulate you. I
yeah,
congratulate you.
yeah.
That's not easy, and just the
No,
fact that
it's
you're
not.
able to talk about it and you
It's
don't
not.
let anyone shame you from sharing your journey.
Yeah,
I
no.
really
I'm too
appreciate
I'm
that.
I'm too done with that. Now I'm gonna give you a run for your money though. I'm gonna cuss your ass out. I'm gonna look into your whole fucking life and I'm gonna tell you what I think you are about or what I see you are about. Nobody can get in my head. Let me tell you something. I lost my son. Do you know these people on here? Well, when they can't battle with me, they use him, his demise, to try to think that they're going to get. If nobody can break me like that or with my son, what the fuck they think they are? Ain't nothing going to work.
You know,
It
we're in
ain't
the
work.
sector, so you have a lot of people from and we're just
Mm-hmm.
they would use the death of a child, anything, the death of a relative, anything
Yeah.
to try to get at you. And it's just
Yep.
sick and it's becoming
Yep.
normalized. Like, this is just what we do. And then what
It's
happens is,
brand
you guys, I don't judge
right.
because what happens is a person will respond that same way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let me show you what it feels like. So I don't judge because,
Mm-hmm.
but the ways that start that, and I just don't understand it. It's just becoming normal for us to really try to put each other down
Yeah. And you
in the
got to
worst
see who
way,
can
in the
do it the
worst way.
best, who can do it the best, who can roast who can do and they don't understand that this shit can roll into your real life. I've seen many people on YouTube come on here and start all kind of shit, and then the next thing you know, someone's deceased. They done lost their life. Why? Because just like road rage, there's cyber rage. So people will do everything on here and go back and forth, and then you wind up having somebody that's going to pull up on your ass and cause you your demise, because they don't know how to not realize that everybody is not always on the same accord. You don't know how a person feels today. They could have lost their job. They could be going through withdrawal. Anything like that can make somebody take your head clean off your body with
Y'all hear that?
words.
Some people pull up. Y'all playing, hey Muffy.
Yeah,
You guys are playing with people, and
yeah.
yeah, there will some people will pull up,
Mm-hmm.
right, Tracy?
It pulls up. That's right.
Tracy, she knows yeah, we know some people will pull up. Y'all know.
But let me say this to that person though. Okay. You can, when you need to get through, or you going through withdrawals, talk to somebody also who understands. You don't want to talk to somebody on the phone and they're, oh yeah, I know what you're saying. No, you don't. You don't know what I'm saying, because you don't deal with addiction. Now, many people, like I said yesterday on my live, there are all types of addiction, food addiction, sex addiction, all type of addiction. So you might not be talking about a drug addiction with these people, but they're doing something that is addictive. Even if they're smoking their weed, if they got to wake up and shake and bake every morning, that is addiction. You're just not addicted to whereas you get sick from it. But once you can't do something without a sickness, you're addicted to whatever it is.
Right. That's right. And you see that online. I mean, and some people, they're so quick to, you know how many people judge me for what I've done, and they're not even sober. They can't, I'm sure you get it as well. And
I'm getting it. I cuss their ass out too.
It's hard to deal. It's hard to deal with it online. You know, I count my days, and and it's always someone telling me, "Oh, you're not really sober" and stuff like that. So, I think when you're online, if you're sharing your story, your journey, doing advocacy, and then we talk about everything over here. You just got to know that there's always going to be somebody that's going to try to use your story to shame you. You just got to know it.
Right. And move on from it. Just move on from it. You let the ignorant stay ignorant. They don't want to learn. They're not wise. So I'm not going to even waste my time dropping down in levels to try to make a person understand my life. If you can't get it, then that's on you.
Amen.
It's on you.
I don't try to convince Alexis. I feel you, sis. I don't try to convince people of my story. One of the things that drew me to you, because let me tell you something. I don't do interviews. I don't do interviews. I go to like the same place.
I know she's like, I'm so excited. We both know. Shit.
Just, like I said, I always do my homework. And it wasn't just that, but I'm like, wow, you was already familiar with you because your name is like 504 Girls who's in the chat. Yeah. And I'm in people's clouds. So it was nice to be able to put a voice with the name.
And now you know when I hashtag you or I at you, now you know who's adding you.
I will respond because Queen.
Yeah.
Ask you a question. I know that we covered a lot, but some of the people that you went against, you said that you spoke out on, because we know that Hassan was, that's a lot of people like to blow over.
Yeah.
Look over the things that he's done. And here you are, you spoke out against that. And I know.
Yeah. Let me tell you what made me speak out on that. What made me speak out on that was when he said something about another content creator's child, of what he would do to that particular child. And it was vulgar. And I heard it and I got so mad. I made a video on it. He must have got mad because I made a video and put it up on his channel, trying to go in at me when he lost that fight, because even after that, I continued to go ham and expose him for who he really is and what he really does. not live up to. Now, the other one right now that I'm going back and forth with is the bitch that took my channel down, and that is the nigga Uncle Sugar's draws. Yeah. See, I had 12,000 subscribers before this channel.
I'm familiar. I
12,000.
read your about. Uh-huh.
And he took, and him and that bitch over there, Bliss the Face. I'm pretty sure you know who, because she befriended you as well.
King's Throne. Them.
No, not that. This is a female. Well, I think it's a female.
Okay.
You know who it is? Their sister over there. Do you know now?
Can you put it in the back chat?
I'm gonna try to do.
You know how to do text? Okay, if you can't, then text it to me. Just text it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
oh, that's right.
That's how we communicate, girl. You got it.
And you right here too is right on your thing, girl. Hang on.
Just text it to me. Now, the reason why I mentioned, so y'all know we did that interview with Shug the other day.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of people like to look over things. You know, she brought up Hassan. A lot of people like to look over all the things that he said and with Shug, how he, you know.
Yeah.
And
now, go ahead.
I buried that story because when it came out, number one, he's the one that brought it up. And no one believed me because he said, hey, you know what? All I have to do is say that you're a junkie and no one's going to believe you. And I found that to be true and I wanted peace. So it's quite interesting when I started to get, besides 504 Queen, messages from different sectors like, hey, he said what? And they started to listen. So, you know, I can see, and then from your past, I can see why that would get your attention. But how did he take your channel?
He because he's in cahoots with this other hoe. And that particular bitch, me and her been going back and forth. And I've already done aired her shit out. And still got
this person?
Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I figured you was gonna react like that. Yep. They like this. Both them hoes. Heart and him. Sugar draws. They're inseparable. You know not, don't you? Yeah, befriended you. And me and this bitch go back and forth, period. She ain't no fucking good for nobody. Nobody. And right now, I have aired her whole fucking life out. And I still got more to air. I see it took you by surprise.
Yeah, because I was thinking of, so when that situation happened, you guys, I'll explain in a minute. And y'all know I don't have secrets now. You guys send me an email. I'll tell y'all who. Y'all know me. I'm very transparent. Let me tell you what's important.
Yeah, don't get a bitch no shine in your shit.
No, I won't. That's why I said just email me, send me a message. But I have to like you, okay? If I don't like you, don't message me because it ain't gonna go well.
Yeah.
I gotta let them know, you know, just in case. Okay, listen.
But you see, this is the thing with me, okay? Now, that bitch, terror. Ooh, when I say I aired everything out on that.
I gotta tell you something about that situation. I have to, because you brought it up.
Yeah.
And let me tell y'all something. When I went through that situation with Shug, there were so many people, and y'all seen it. Some of y'all that's follow me that would befriend me just to get on his behalf, come under the guise of a friend, and only to try to get me to say something, which I never did. Okay, and then they would turn on me like King's Throne. They would turn on me when they would see my story stay the same. There's been people that said that they were a plant, and they would say that after I didn't break, go on the smear campaign because I would not change my story about Shug. But what happened, and I've been saying the same thing since 2019. My story has never changed history several times, and I find it really problematic that people keep making excuses, keep trying to say that I did something wrong. Listen, I did whatever I did with the drug and the addiction.
Yeah.
But these guys, get a pass for I'm like, the things that he's done, the way that he reached out to there's just a lot, you guys. Now this person that you mentioned, what's interesting is I happened to drop in the chat the other day, and she just brought something up and said she was going to call me, and I'm thinking, how does she even have my number? How does she have my number? And I'm just like, okay, whatever. But now I know how. And then she brought up that situation, was trying to tell me it's two sides to every story. I'm probably too hard on him. And I was wondering, like, why? But now I know, because a lot of people now I didn't realize
she was trying to groom you. She was trying to get in your head and get back to him.
Just this week, I happened to drop into the chat, like, hey, because this person, I'm like, she's been in my chat, and she just showed. I'm like, I met her from. I'm not gonna say that person's name because I'm not sure y'all. But we'll talk behind the scenes. Yeah. But what's interesting is how these people come under the guise of friend, and hey, you know what? I see you, I support you. I'm gonna call you, sis. And I'm like, okay, you never know a person's intention, and that just really pisses me off.
Yeah, she was gonna play you. She was gonna play your ass. She look at what Regina saying. You see, she was gonna play you. She really was. This bitch ain't good for nobody. And the only person that she in love with him now and Kwame, both of them. But see, she's obsessed with both them niggas, and she's because of the way she feels, she's cussed out and put out but the bitch don't really play with me, because I will air that hoe out, and I'm not done with her. Period. So because it was those two that took my fucking shit.
I am so angry. I'm sorry. I'm still in shock. I am so sorry, because let me say something, you guys. When Kingstone and these other people were befriending me, I was still in the thick of addiction. I thought now I was good. I could vet you guys. And just the fact that she got that close, I mean, and he had to give her my number for her to say she wanted to call me. She wanted to call me about that situation. And she was telling me that he's a good person. He's not a good person. What are you tell me he's a good person for? He's not a good person.
That should show you right now that she was going to fuck with
everything happens in relationships. Listen, there's something that shouldn't happen. You don't go into a person's house and steal everything you could find, only to go live about it and taunt them. You don't call people's child behind the scenes. You don't do the things that the person has done. You don't steal their vehicles and scream to get inside of a person's house to speak to their child. There's some things that just shouldn't happen. I got really tired of people telling me that. That was one of the reasons I said, you know what? I just want my peace, because of people online, and it just really pisses me off that in 2023, while I'm in my right mind, I missed one. See, y'all be playing in my face. Y'all be playing in my face. And I'm being nice in front of company, but I would curse that motherfucker out.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. I have. Okay. If you watch my videos, I promise you're going to see I done cussed that hoe out in more ways. I aired her whole family out. Ooh, if you want to see some shit, go watch my damn videos.
See that, I didn't know why. I looked before I brought you up, of course, I wanted to know about you. But I didn't realize. I just thought, okay, people fighting in the sectors. But I didn't know.
When I saw, it went back some. When I saw that whole call your name out, I've been trying since then, because she was saying, giving you a shout out, but I knew that bitch didn't mean to be with you on no caring level. No, she ain't give a fuck about you, and she don't give a fuck about you. That man and her are going around terrorizing every fucking body. Her and Sugar Draws. They've been connected like this. They've been together. They do they dirt together. They both took me down. My shit went down because of both of them. And I knew that bitch longer than I knew her. So I'm pissed off still today with him for disrespecting me like that. Because you see, what really made me mad, I texted him and I asked him, when my shit went down, Nicole, I asked him, did you have anything to do with that bitch, with my channel being, I ain't hear nothing from him for 3 fucking days. But guess when he addressed it? he put my name up in his fucking title and said, no, Miss 504, I didn't yada yada with that bitch with you, and was laughing. Yeah, bitch, you did. You and that hoe took it down. Because that bitch ain't smart enough, so he took it down. That's who took it.
Kimmy, let me fill you in. Don't forget what you're about to. Go ahead. Then Kimmy, I'm gonna fill you in right now. She got a little. The audience got a little lost. So what we're talking about, there was somebody that has reached out to me that has been a supporter. I've been in her chat. She's been in mine, and y'all know that situation I went through with Shug in 2019. I just did an interview with 504 Queen yesterday. Check it out, and that kind of covered it. But this person that this person that reached out to me, whose name I'm not going to mention on the channel. Okay, I'm not, but I'll send it to you behind the scenes. She's in cahoots with Shug, and she's really close. And what I was saying was, she just said that she wanted to call me and talk about that, and I had no clue how close they were. And she was telling me that he's a good person. It takes two. I'm always going to be respectful in somebody else's house. And I didn't say anything about it, but I'll never change my story, because what happened happened. I'm the one that moved on. He's the one that keeps taunting me to this day. He's the one that keeps saying that I'm a liar and things like that. I'm never going to change that story. So if that's a problem for some of you, exit quickly. You don't need to be part of my life. I know.
Exactly.
But I just thought it was interesting that she said she was going to call and about that. And she does come across as really caring. I'm just going to say, oh, I have her blocked. I'm afraid I'll keep. Oh, okay. So that's all I'm going to say.
You go ahead and think that bitch mean good. She don't mean you no good at all. She getting info for him. She trying to get in your head for him. And I'm pretty sure everybody gonna feel me on that. Everybody. That's what she want to do. That bitch don't do nothing. She ain't got no heart.
Wow. So when they took your channel,
she was setting you up. That's what she was about to do.
Was it a copyright strike they did, or what? How did they take it? Was it?
Yeah, bullying. I was bullying. And it must have was like the third or whatever, because I think the bitch, they hit me right before that one. You understand?
Let me send y'all the name. Y'all ask me the name. Let me send it to you. I'm gonna send you guys the name. Let me go on mute real quick. Go ahead, 504 Queen. You guys.
Yeah. So and the thing is that this bitch she didn't have no reason to fuck over me or befriend me like she was about to do with you. You heard me? When they were We the People, that was something different. I don't even call that whole name. I call her Blister Lips because she got one of them nasty ass herpetic bumps and blisters on her lips. So that's why I addressed that way. Okay? I don't give that bitch name out. I don't hashtag it. I don't want it nowhere affiliated with me at all. Other than me to tell her ass out like the fuck I've been doing. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. Now, him and her done linked up. And he's saying, that bitch mad because I'm friends with... Let me tell you something. How in the fuck you friends with somebody? This lady done laid there and even told everybody in America that he was in the backstage showing his penis to her. And this is the bitch you link up with. A bitch that lied, and he was super mad that day when she did that. And here I made a video defending him. Like, I don't believe that shit happened. He wouldn't do no shit like that. Yeah, now I know better.
Alexis, I'm not really watching the chat, so I have my but you remember, so you do help my chat. So if there's something that you want to put in the chat, you guys got the chat. You guys got it. So sure, whatever you think you need to do.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to hear that 504 harassment and bullying. And the problem is, people want to just coddle him and baby him, like all those things. The things he did up. They want to look over all the receipts and all of that. And that's why I said I do believe that you really are an advocate. And I'm sorry that you lost your channel, but you are doing well.
No, my channel right now, let me tell you something. Don't be sorry because I'm doing super good.
I was just going to say that. go to your channel. I was just gonna say that I was gonna go to your.
Yeah.
You're building pretty fast. I knew that you lost the channel when it's
Very.
2023, but and you guys connect with her. Go ahead and mods. Do I have any mods out there? I don't see her link being dropped, y'all. Let me let me add.
Yeah, it's going. I'm doing damn good by myself. I'm not linked and connected to nobody. I don't need to push people names in my title. Only person I might say my name, I mean the name in the title will be Kwame, but that's in reference to me cussing them motherfuckers out. You understand? The whole thing is messed up. Did you know he flew a drone over Kwame's house?
He did it to I gotta help out my chat a little bit. He did it to I'm not surprised that he did it to Kwame. He also did it to I'm not surprised.
He did it to somebody else?
Yeah. The one that helped me, he did it to Lady Law, and he's threatening to do it to me, and then he just thinks it's normal. He was threatening to do it to Tommy. Thank you, thank you, Don Cato. Hey. That's cool. Don Cato's my
I'm waiting for him to do it to me because he's gonna have some shit to deal with when he do it with me.
That's something
everybody else do what he want to do, what they want to do. He is going to meet. He done met his match. I'm not one of them things that see what he like to do that I see is prey on weak, vulnerable women. That's what he does. He preyed on. He couldn't stand that bitch, but he saw that she's weak. And that's the reason why he put his hook and his bait on the fucking line. And he reeling that hoe in. She's dumb. She really is very dumb. Okay. And while she's reeling him in, she got a whole supposed to have a husband, which I already showed she don't. The bitch, she lying about her whole fucking life. Everybody in the family over there is molesters. The nigga that's dead is a molester. All her family fucked up. And I'm talking about real receipts, court documents that I have. All them hoes is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Now, you guys, I did know. 504 Queen of the South is speaking. You know, I just learned a lot of things today. You know, when people come on the platform and share their stories and their experiences.
That's a lot. There's a lot of stories with this nigga and her.
Regina said that he flew a drone over her house.
Who?
Shug. Is that what you're saying, Regina? That he flew a drone over? Or are you asking? Because I thought Regina said he flew.
No, I'm pretty sure she's not asking. She know. He flew the drone over Kwame house, I believe. Or her house. Maybe
that's what she was saying? Okay, not her house. Though. I thought that's what she said, but... Okay, maybe sorry, I misunderstood. I thought that Regina said she... Okay, the comment's too far up. I can't find it, but... Whew, you guys. See, I just didn't know. Didn't know. I'm still in shock with that one.
Yep. Well, I'm glad I caught you. I saved your ass from getting played because that's exactly what she was going to do with you on his behalf. How in the hell a man is telling you and admitting that he slept with 2 14-year-olds and got them pregnant, and that's a good man? She probably think it's a good man because every nigga in her family is like that. Even that so-called husband. See, it's a lot that I'm dealing with. I'm not dealing with, but I'm doing damn near the same thing with Hassan to her, airing her shit out. She was willing to pay. I got a text message up on my community wall. This bitch was ready to fucking pay somebody to get all my information. All of it. So she got... The dumb bitch just didn't know all my life is right here on YouTube already. So what the fuck was she thought she was going to do? She can't do shit. Everything is out about me because of why I'm here. I'm not monetized yet. I'm waiting 30 fucking days for it to do so. I'm not monetized yet. So it's not like I'm coming on here balling out of fucking control. I come on here because this is what I want to do. I want to talk to people about what I've gone through so that they don't have to go through it. I want to have my Google number up, which I do, for people that want to contact me at any cost. It could be at not any cost. Y'all know what I mean. At any cost, ASAP is what I mean. If you really need to reach out, and you're going through something and you don't have anyone that's going to understand you, then yeah, call me. I'm open for that. They already do. So, you know what I'm saying? That's for anybody. I'd rather you call me than to go out and make a wrong, fucked up move. Now, what's going on? They saying Gilbert. Oh, I think Gilbert just made something yesterday. Well, I heard him say from my own ears that he is no longer dealing with none of the beef that's going on. Don't hit him up. He's not a part of that anymore.
But he's associated with Shug, and people are going to, because
but
of
I'm
his
thinking that I don't know if he's gonna still continue, because all of this shit that's going on with sugar draws is beyond branding. I mean, he got to look at his own image. You can't be no millionaire dealing with all of these top-notch people fucking around with a nigga like that.
Well, I'm going to make videos, because the things that I just think that
you need to.
I'm gonna make videos. I just have to get some editing
to.
skills. He kept sexualizing me in pictures and thumbnails. The thing is, and I do believe it's so complicated with this person. A lot of people don't speak out against Shug because of the things that
they're intimidated. They're intimidated.
He spoke about. Queen Regina said he did all that. So he flew a drone over her house, sexualized her on, I think she said thumbnails, because she's Kwame's moderator. And he thinks that these things are normal. Now, there's nothing he can do to dispute the receipts that I put out. Nothing, because my receipts are in full. And unfortunately, other people, like, I feel like will always, they just make excuses for that type of behavior. They just
do.
Get away. So I don't.
They even like him shitty. So I mean, you got to look at the things that the nigga does, and what he does is I never would have dreamt that this dude was like that. I really did. He had me fooled. And I think that's why I'm so angry with him. Not because of well, yeah, it is because of the way he did what he did. But I had spoke to him before the shit happened with the takedown. I spoke to him and I said, I know you teamed up with my enemy, but let everything be good. Don't let that bitch come and fuck shit up that you got going on. Because I'm thinking that it was going to fuck him up as well. But I'm defending a nigga like this. I am embarrassed to even say I supported him at a point in time. All he did, let me tell you what the nigga do. He goes in the women's common areas, and when he go in there, he'll drop that little measly ass $5 and send a salute with it. Okay. And he wants to hear what women talk about, how they have issues and all that type of shit, so he can use that. Because see, with Kwame and her, Kwame was saying what he said. He used to say, Sugar Draws would say, oh man, look at how Kwame do with that girl. Y'all look at this. This ain't even right, y'all. But then a month ago, before that, he calling the bitch, bitch, whatever. It was a bitch. So now all of a sudden, him and the bitch are partners in crime. Him and a bitch are partners in crime. So if she was coming for you, she was coming at you for him. That's what she was doing. She was going to come at you for him. And I guarantee you was something else. They was going to record that call.
Oh, I know that. That's something that Sakina, hey Empress.
They was going
Oh,
to record
that's
that
something
call.
that they do. But again, well, he couldn't intimidate me when I was sick. He damn sure can't do it now. He can't.
Exactly.
Mm-mm.
Exactly.
I'll keep talking about it. I'll still have to deal with the women. And let me tell y'all something. Okay. It's not that I'm afraid of you guys and I don't want to respond. Y'all just, I'm not going to respond to, listen, let me tell you something. If no one knows you, I'm not putting y'all down.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get my attention. I don't care about your little bark. Okay. You got 200-300 views off of a 4-hour video. I'm sorry. You said
Right.
what again?
Right.
Stop.
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry. Especially over the Shug situation. I've been
Mm-hmm.
getting, why y'all messaging me about 504 Queen? Don't get cursed out on
Mm-hmm.
my platform, okay? When I'm by
Mm-hmm.
myself, I will deal with y'all appropriately. But she's here telling her story and her point of view. And just because she's
Mm-hmm.
talking about one of y'all favorite content creators, don't make what she's saying not true.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Right. Well, all I can say is the videos are there. That's the best you could do. Go watch the videos for yourself. And I tell people that so that they don't be ignorant to the fact. A lot of people want to judge off of what they see for 2 minutes. You can't judge nobody off of 2 minutes. So a person like me, I'm going to go and look for myself. And that's exactly what I do. I go and look for myself. I don't let nobody put nothing in my ear. Nothing.
I am sorry that you again went through that. That person is like that. You guys just
Mm-hmm.
have to know. Number one, I put the receipts out there about Shug. People are either going to believe it or they're not.
Yeah.
At this
If they
point,
do, they do. If they don't, they don't. I'm
exactly,
still gonna be me.
exactly.
So
Ken, I
they,
was speaking to somebody from the Kwame Brown sector that was messaging me, not that person you're dealing with, but
hey
um,
Ken, that's
that was
Ken Nola.
tagging me. Oh, you're familiar with Ken Nola? Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's people
Ooh.
from here. That's people from here.
Are you up for questions? I know I've had you for a while. Are you up for
Oh
questions?
yeah, I'm up for
Yeah.
questions.
Okay, you guys, let's do this. Let's ask you guys if you have any questions for 504 Queen. Number one, um, her story. It's.
Anything, whatever questions they can think of, or anything.
I'm usually not at loss for words, but that name that you threw out there really caught me off guard. It just did. And usually I don't ask questions I don't know the answers to, but I thought I knew the answer to that one.
Uh-uh.
Damn.
You'll
It's
see.
just so many people have gotten close to me and I never knew why. And I was like, damn, I almost took that call. I'm not even going to I'm not even going to address that person because I ain't trying to
Yeah.
go.
Oh,
She's
um,
never done anything to me. I just didn't know. But when she
yeah.
brought up Doug, I was just like, okay, that's your opinion, but it's not mine. It
Yeah.
doesn't
Just,
take
I mean,
two. I didn't tell him to do the stuff that he did. He's not going to, no, he wasn't a good person when he came out here, period.
right.
Mm-mm. Normal people don't say they're going to tag kids in sex tapes. Normal people don't say, I'm going to put kids' heads on adult bodies so I can
Mhm.
show them since they're underage. Normal people don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I saw the women in his chat applaud him for doing that. So no, you're not going
And
to
but
tell
you know, like I say, everybody has someone they like. Don't let my feelings towards someone be why you don't like them or why you do like a certain person. We
I agree.
all are entitled to have opinions. My opinions are not going to be y'all's opinions, and y'all's opinions won't be my opinion. But we are all able to agree to disagree. And that's just life. That's
That's
just
right.
life.
It's just life. And our experiences,
Mm-hmm.
they have a different experience, but I'm telling you guys what happened to me in my situation when
Right.
this person came into my home. 504 Queen is saying what happened to her. And then her
Mm-hmm.
speaking out, she loses a channel because they want to
Mm-hmm.
silence people from telling the truth. And that's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to bring awareness. I'm tired of covering up for
Mm-hmm.
people. I'm tired of people saying, I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of it.
Right.
So we got to continue to speak our truth no matter
Ooh,
what
yeah.
the backlash is, and that's just how it is. But you guys make up your own decisions. We're not trying to persuade you either way.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
Queen Regina
Exactly.
says
So
the
do they
man.
have any questions?
Okay, you guys. She's ready for questions. I don't want to keep her here too much longer. The man is sick. When Nicole talked about his anger outbursts, he has those screaming outbursts toward. I'm sorry, I can read. He has had those screaming outbursts towards me on a video. Is I am there. I don't know him exactly, Queen, and that's what it was like, but worse when he was at my house. And that was just a scary time. Oh, a question from Black Texas: did your children ever become addicted to substances?
No,
No.
no. My son hung out. You don't know what your children do when they hang out and they're all, when they leave the house. But I know that you take a pill. The coroner report said that he was diagnosed with acute pneumonia at the time of his demise, and he also had degenerative heart disease. Now, I believe as well that he took something and had laced with fentanyl. So my son popped the pill, and the pill was laced. But addiction, nah, he was hanging out. That was during COVID. That was when everybody was locked down and we couldn't be out on the streets. Even though we couldn't be out on the streets, we was still that day looking for a Walmart because he wanted to buy a steak that day. The next day, the very last text that I have in my phone is, all right, baby, I'm going to bed. I love you. He texts back, I love you too. That was it. There were no more texts after that. He was living by himself. When your children leave, you don't know what they're doing. And there's a lot of parents on here that say all the time, I know my baby. No, you don't. You don't know. When they walk out the front door to go down the street to the mailbox, you don't know. You don't know.
So he took the pill that had fentanyl, and then that's what took him out. Oh my
It
God!
was everything. The coroner said that everything. He was already sick. So when he went to sleep, I guess with the pill, he passed in his sleep. He just looked like he was asleep. When I got there, he was sleeping. His eyes were closed, like a peaceful sleep. He didn't wake up. And that is why I go hard behind addiction. That's
I
why.
am so sorry for your loss. My
My
condolences.
daughter, no drugs at all.
Something you said that really hit home. Good morning, Bella. We don't know what our children are doing, and sometimes parents could be really naive. I'm not saying that you're naive, but when our kids leave here and they grow up, they got to grow up. You can
Yeah,
only hope
they
and
do
pray.
have to grow up. And you can't always protect them. You can try, but you can't. You can't always protect them. And the people that say things, disparaging things, they probably don't even know what the fuck their children are doing. So I learned to let that roll off of my shoulders because you don't know the whole everything. You know what I'm saying? It's out here. They're going to experiment with it when they're hanging with their friends. They're going to try to do whatever. It could be your first time, but if you got something that's bad, you're not going to, it ain't no coming back from that. It ain't no coming back from that.
How are you able to cope and deal with it and still do what you do? How are you able to do that?
Because I have my daughter here. My son has a beautiful daughter, and that's my beautiful grandbaby. So I have them, and I work my ass off to keep myself from being down, to keep myself from being depressed, because I have to learn to deal with this sober. This ain't one time I can go back and start drinking and getting fucked up because of the pain of suffering the loss from him. I can't do that. I can't turn back. I have to be here for my daughter and my granddaughter. And when I see them enjoy looking at me sober, I can never go back. I work and I come on here. That's why I'm telling you all, this is not monetization for me. This is something for me to do when I'm off from work. So I ain't got to be up in here with all of the pain and the negativity of everyday's life. I'm strong. My son's demise and me getting sober have me a beast right now, in beast mode. I know who's coming at me, and I know why people come at me. People fuck with you for a motive, especially when they don't know you. Especially when they don't know you. I'm
Amen.
no different than a rapper that died. Mothers everywhere are dealing with the same issue of their children. People don't talk about addiction, but addiction is serious. And that's why I talk about it. That's why I talk about it.
Amen, sis. Do you have anything else? I know I've had you here
Mm.
for a while. Is there anything else that you wanted to add or that I missed? Do you guys have any final questions for her? I've had her here for about an hour, y'all, and I truly, truly I really enjoy you. You're so real, and I'm sorry about your loss. I understand
Thank
why you
you.
fight so hard.
Yeah.
You truly are an advocate, and I wish that we had more like you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. But don't let this be your last time talking now.
No, no, we are connected. You're my sister. You have my phone number.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. And
anything,
you have mine too.
yes, and I really you know, like I said when I checked your channel out, because at first I was just like, okay, let me see, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I need to meet you, and I think that you're
Mhm.
an awesome person. You guys,
Thank
make
you.
sure that you do subscribe to her channel, and
Mm.
look at our about section. All the
Yeah.
information you need is right
Yeah. All of
there.
it's there. Hmm.
It's all
And
there.
thank you all. And thank you, Misunderstood, for letting me up to be able to do this again. This is I was on Sinetta's, the last one, the very first one was him, and then 10 Toes. And so now you, and I'm grateful for you giving me the chance to be able to speak out on
Thank you,
a lot
sis.
of the things going on.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. And
Mhm.
anything that you need at all, don't be afraid to reach out. I will not be a stranger in your chat as well. And I thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
Thank you. Y'all have a good day. I'm
You're
going to schedule
welcome.
my food till later on. Y'all have a good evening. Thank
You
you.
too, 504
Bye
Queen.
bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay, bye bye.
You all, let me. There you go. You all. And thank you everyone from 504 Girl Queen of the South. uh Chat that came over to show her some support. Queen Regina, I was seeing y'all comments. You guys, let me tell you something. Very, very touching, very real. I really, really appreciate her. I'm not going to be a stranger because she's really reached out and I see the work that she's been doing. I'm sorry that she lost her channel, but she's still fighting and she has another channel. So I will continue to share her on my community wall. So make sure that you subscribe and you follow up, because I love when somebody can just be so real and raw, and we don't have enough of that. Okay. Y'all got any final thoughts for me? I really appreciate you guys for hanging out. Y'all know that I can relate to a lot of what 504, we got two 504s now, but both very different and unique, beautiful people. Thank y'all for hanging out. I can really relate. Let me do a quick recap. We're talking about addiction, and we're speaking about something very real, because the addiction is one thing, but it's layered. That's just the band-aid covering up the problem. We got um trauma, child molestation. uh Speaking for myself as well, y'all know my story. Child molestation. And then when it happens inside the family, a lot of times we don't want to speak about that. We don't. You want to protect the family member. Kudos to her. I'm glad that they got arrested and had to serve some time. She got some justice there, but the pain is still there. So when you're calling people addicts and junkies, no, you're not talking to the people that abuse that person, or when we become addicted to something was broken. and we do what we need to do to get by. It's how we deal with pain a lot of times, not every time, but a lot of times. And it's just really layered. So I really appreciate when somebody can speak about addiction, why they became addicted, and really, really tell you their story and their journey. So shout out to 504 Queen of the South, because she came and she showed a lot. And now she's an advocate. So when she's talking about Hassan and Shug and the people that support them, she's speaking from her experiences and why she speaks out about things like that. When she hears something online that's not right, she's going to call it out. So shout out to her, shout out to her community, and thank you all so much for modding and for being for being here. Thank you for the support, you guys. I see you, and I will see y'all on the YouTube streets. Thank y'all for hanging out. Feel free to like, comment, and share. I will look at y'all comments on the replay, and I appreciate all of you. Bye bye.